Yes, today I want to demonstrate to you how to, as an agent of swiftplus, a school management system, how you're able to manage your schools in version 1.4. And in this version, we allow our agents to add schools, be able to build them, and also be able to manage the different schools regarding their users, regarding different other aspects. So today, my concern or my focus will be on those key two things. So I log in using Google. We use what we call the JWT, JSON Web Token. So that will give you access. You can as well log in using your the form. So we move down and we look for what we call agent schools, and then under agent schools, what we call app schools. And this brings us to this page. So at this page we look for, now we fetch our data regarding the schools. So before this video I was able to restrict some options, some schools. So I have a few. So I've been able to restrict a few schools, just seeing a few. So you can have different regions. So in this case we're having 4, but it will depend on the agreement we have with you. So you may have 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe all of them. So you'll have fetch the schools, and then when they are loaded, you can actually view the details of the schools. Here we're showing you the messages and the remaining messages for that school, and the different other basic information that is not so private to display. And then now we have what we call the blocks. So the blocks, these are the blocks that give access to different schools. So in this case, you see we have all these blocks, and then these are the blocks we are referring to. So we have what we call students, and this is the block here, which was added in version 1.0. And then we have O level, we have A level, file manager, and resources, academics, and very many other blocks. There are very many. So these blocks will based on the dashboard we created for you. So the blocks we give you are the blocks you can give to your clients or the school that you are actually enroll into the school. So to add the school, we will come here, and then this will be auto generated, the school ID. And then we have other details that we generate, the school unique ID, the school API key, and very many other key things. So in this case, when you look at this, we have a form, and this form takes in the school name, the short name of the school, and they should not exceed 4 letters, and they're supposed to be in uppercase. And then we have the school address, the post office number, then the region. So these regions will be changing dynamically. You can find you have 1 or 2, and then the district where the school is actually also allocated. So you select that basing on the region, and then you have the email of the school. This email should be an email that we can actually send emails and they're able to read them, not just adding any emails. And then the school account number, the motto, the school category. So in this case, you already find one that also have for primary and then secondary, and then the plan where you have basic, pro, and then enterprise. And then so in this case you may find that we gave you agency, but we only allow you to enroll schools on pro, meaning you can only enroll schools on only that version, but we can as well give you the rest of the version. And then we have here you have multiple, but you can have you'll have your specific details of your agency. That is one that you will select here. Then I have the host. So this will be loading the host when you log in, and then the version that is available uh, for for viewing. So when we add the school, in this case I will not add, so I will just maybe do the update of the version. For example, I can look at this, and then maybe I can change this to, for example, Swift Plus, and then I save this. So these details will be saved, and you see school updated successfully. So when I again try to view, when you look at before loading, you notice here we have that, and then when I try to view, you see this changes to Swift Plus. So this is the primary domain for the agent, and this is the host where the application will actually be running from. And then the other thing is when we come to blocks, after we've added our school, we'll come and click here, and then we do load and view. So when you load and view, then these blocks here will have to load based on the ones you have access to. So these blocks you can add or remove. So when I click on add, if it is already there, it will tell you that the school has access to that block. And then when you choose to to remove, when we try to remove, then that block will be removed. So I want to maintain this because when I remove, then the whole school and the rest of the people who have access to this block will not have to see the details. But inside, these are the main blocks. So inside these ones now, so here we'll give access to the school, but inside these blocks, then we also have multiple details for each. So for example, when you look here, we also have other 3 blocks under this one here. So when you give access to the school, then we also look at other blocks. Then the other thing is when we come to billing. So in billing here, this is where we determine how much a school will be able to pay in terms of money. So in this case, we highly recommend that by the time you are doing billing, you've actually talked to your school and you are sure that all the students have been invoiced. So they have been enrolled for that specific term. Because invoicing, remember, our invoicing is that we charge a student per term and basing on the plan the school is on. So for example, I'll demonstrate, for example, with this one here, and I select term 2, and then I want to look at the details for this. And this brings us to this, is bringing some details here. We're able to see, the different details. And then we have a summary here, but also have these details where we can update, you can change the price here. You get it? You can change the price here, maybe put 900, and then you'll be able to update. Then we shall be able to send also invoices. So you can send invoices to the school. Remember, when you're adding that Gmail, that invoice will go to the school's email. So that email is the one that will receive, this invoice of the amount that needs to be paid, and showing which specific class that has actually been billed and how much needs to be cleared. So you have to be careful when you're adding the Gmail of the school, and when they update, make sure you have an idea of what has been added there. Then the other thing is after billing, you can also offer messages, especially for schools that are on Pro and Enterprise. So make sure in this case when you're adding messages, you are considerate about the number of students. For example, this is on Enterprise, and I have 177 students admitted. So if I click on offer, we have 177, and then I'm going to multiply it by 5, and that gives us an SMS count of 850. Sorry, 885 for that term, and then for that period. But please note that once these messages have been added, we cannot reverse them. So if you charge or if you offer SMSs more than what the plan and the number of students that have been admitted, then you're making sure that you're going to pay that extra fee at 50 shilling per message. So that's basically. Then the other thing is when you come to staff is when, for example, you just added that school, and then you want to you want to allow users to log in. That is, you're adding the first administrator. So you're going to just add the details of that single person, and then you allow the school maybe to add this person will add maybe as the admin to the school to also add other people. So in this case, I will show you from this, and then we'll have this. So I have this. When I try come here, and I can update the user. But before we go here, you can also add the user from here. So you will have to select a school. You'll have to, you know, be able to add the details of the user, his email, the phone number, select the gender, and other details. So when all this is added to to the application, you'll be able to have a list of users just like you see here. So these users, you can actually allow them to log in. So when you come to view user, you'll have this pop-up with the details. So you can create a user, you can freeze a user, you can activate, you can send a pass code, and this passcode is to reset their password in case they forgot. So not every time when you create a user here, we're going to send them an email with the details of account creation, and then we give them a passcode. This passcode is the one that is going to get them to log in and also create the password. And then the other thing is when you freeze and or activate the account, we don't send an email. When you send a password reset code, we also send an email there. And then when you change the role of the users. But when it comes to the changing the role of the users here, remember when adding someone here, we have limited roles here. We have a teacher, class teacher, and so on. So any person can be here, but when it comes to changing the role of your user here, in this case, for schools that are on basic, they'll have one admin. Schools on pro, they'll have 2 admins, and schools on enterprise will have 3 admins. Meaning if a school has up to 3 admins and they're on enterprise, they cannot have any other admin. So for example, when I come here and I say I create, it is going to tell me that the user already exists and the details have been updated. That is in case maybe you change the email. Then the other thing is when I choose to freeze here, for example, we'll have an error there which we shall rectify. When I come to change the passcode here, I don't want to click on all this because they're going to remove. This is a demo account that we use to log in, so when I restrict, most of the things are going to be affected. Then we're about to call changing role. You can change role. For example, I can make this person the head teacher. Role user account. You see role has been updated and the email has actually been received on my phone. It goes automatically to the phone of the email, telling them that their role has been changed to that specific role that we've actually selected. So thank you for today. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you get our next video regarding Swift Plus.